So, welcome to the Fabulous Dazaster rock and roll channel. And I had a question today about who the hell I am. So, I get home from work like all of you. I look like this. And I can't wait to get out of my boring normal self. Do something a little exciting. So you could all do this actually. Yes, the first step to a youthful look is shaving. As you may have noticed, I'm old. I'm like, almost 50. 1978. So that's why I love Guns N' Roses, because Guns N' Roses came out when I was like 1987, 9 years old. Appetite for Destruction blew my mind. And I have a brother too. Got a brother named Simon. He plays the drums. It blew Simon's mind too. So we used to put on Guns N' Roses. We would fucking rock the fuck out. We didn't know how to play instruments back then. My mom was a piano teacher. So we could play the piano, but that's not very rock and roll. At least we didn't think so back then. I've sort of come around on a lot of that. But our preferred way of rocking out back then was tennis rackets. We would take my dad's tennis racket. We would put the cassette player, and we would blast it. And we would fucking dance around the room like a pair of maniacs. Like Guns N' Roses. And sometimes we would have our friends come over, and we would have a fucking rockin' time. All of us. We'd all have tennis rackets. We'd have an air guitar band. And it was good enough. It was good enough back then. Yeah. That's how you do it. One thing about the old rockers, right, is, especially in the 80s, they had to look good. I mean, they were punk rock and everything, but they were like cowboys. They were like Clint Eastwood meets punk rock. There was none of this fucking tired bullshit about just roll out of bed. That came later. At the beginning. The other one was Rat. I loved Rat. The first two tapes we got were Appetite for Destruction and Reach for the Sky by Rat. But I wanted to be Way Cool Jr., We also got Look What the Cat Dragged In by Poison. That was a flipping rockin' record too. So there we go. Looking much better, right? Who'd have thought I worked an 8-hour shift today? But you shave, you feel a bit better. So anyway, Fabulous Dazaster. Where did that come from? I don't know. When I was in high school, I loved Exodus. Exodus were the thrash metal fucking band. They fucking kicked ass. And I had a hat, an Exodus hat. And one of my friends, named Cossum, he had a little comic book, and he always had the Fabulous Dazaster. That was the record that came out, right, by Exodus. And whenever he drew cartoons of us, I would have the Exodus hat. And that's kind of where the Fabulous Dazaster idea came from. Was from Exodus's album. And me wearing that silly hat. And then also I had my cousin David. When I was a kid, I had the older cousin. I'm sure you've had them. You love them, right? They beat the crap out of you because they're like 5 years older than you. Well, I had that going on, and I loved David. My cousin David was great, and he used to call me Sid. Because I was clumsy, and it's after Sid Vicious. And the Exodus album Fabulous Dazaster, right, is actually kind of an homage to Sid Vicious, because Sid Vicious was the original Fabulous Dazaster, right? So, but let's be real, before punk, there was glam rock, right? There was David Bowie, and Sid Vicious, and the Sex Pistols. They stole their gear from David Bowie. Like, isn't that a legend, right? So, glam rock, Fabulous Dazaster, Sid Vicious, you know, punk rock, glam rock, David Bowie. Like, I love it, right? So the next part, getting into the mood, right, is putting on the makeup. Everyone loves makeup. I mean, if you don't knock it until you tried it, right? But I love a little bit of makeup, right? So let me show you how it goes. All right, so I love David Bowie. Like, I really do. I love David Bowie. Like his first, you know, the Spiders of Mars. That album is like, it's like a perfect album, right? And he looks fabulous. And one of David Bowie's big influences was T-Rex. And T-Rex is fucking awesome as well. But I love those guys. I love them. And on the first Guns N' Roses record, they were rocking the makeup too. You know, they looked like, you know, they looked like punk rock David Bowie, fucking wild, just wild. So, you know, anyway, so I've been putting it on. And I also love Adamant. I love Adamant. He is hot. Like, come on, guys. He's hot, you know? So I do the lips. The lips is kind of an homage to Rocky Horror, right? Rocky Horror is a great movie. And he does the lips. All right. If you're watching this, I commend you. I'm sorry if I'm boring the pants off of you, but, you know, someone wanted to know why I do this, and figured I'd just show you the whole thing. You know, I got my fucking pixie ears, got the eyeliner, got the Rocky Horror lips, and I got my lipstick here, got my drawer of goodies, got the purple lipstick, that's my favorite. My gosh, when I go out in public looking like this, I turn heads. All right, so we got that. Got the lips done. Got all these different colors. It's like a lot of fun. You can go on Amazon, you can find all sorts of stuff. You know. But yeah, let's see. What color shall I do? I like green. Green is good. Green is good. Makes me feel like a snake. You know. And I don't really know how I came up with this. I just sort of started doing it and having fun. So probably not the best way to do it, but it's the way I do it. All right, so we do that. Let me get the. Gonna do the stripe. The stripe is part of the look. The stripe started with you know, I don't know where. Like I said, Adamant, but then also, like, I'm a big fan of Charlie Bronson and the Death Wish movies. And I always loved the punks in the Death Wish movies, even though they're, you know, they all get killed because they're a bunch of pricks. They deserve it, right? But my gosh, they got some crazy fashion, right? They got the craziest fashion, and I like they kind of look like wild Indians, you know? Like, in fact, in England, the Mohawks used to be called Mohicans. You know, like, at least that's what my grandma used to call them. Those punks with their Mohicans. You know, and it was because they were like the Indians. They were like the cowboys and Indians. Well, the punks were like rock and roll Indians. You know, like they were fighting against the system, right? Indians, I mean, you gotta love the Indians. They got the best. They got the coyote spirit. You know, they're the ultimate outsiders, right? So, gotta give myself the tears. You know, because it's a battle, man. It's a battle every day. Battle against the normal. My God. God, who wants to be normal? That shit is fucking depressing. Right? Am I right? Am I right? If I'm lying, I'm dying, right? And obviously, no one is exempt, right? I've been programmed for years as well. Like half the shit I say is fucking probably from some movie that I watched at an impressionable age. Like I said, one of the movies I watched was Can't Buy Me Love. You see that movie? It's a great movie. I lived that movie. Made friends with like the prettiest girl in school, and then became a total prick, and then had to find myself again. But that's part of it. Reality Bites. That's another great one. I don't even remember watching that one when I was a kid, but I know I lived scenes in that. I played the fucking coffee shop and had the the ex-girlfriend watch and owning, you know, in Reality Bites, yeah, you know, they get the girl. Winona Ryder goes home with him at the very end, but that doesn't happen in real life. At least, usually it's like, real life is sometimes a pale imitation of the movies, you know, an imitation of an imitation. Especially if you don't even remember watching it. Like, alright. Some of this stuff, I don't even know where I got it. You know, I just saw it at the store. I was like, God, that looks fun. That's fun. Let's make my lips shiny. All right, so look at this. Look at this. Look at this. See? It's like fantastic, right? Fantastic. I'm having a blast now. 2 hours ago, I was sitting at my computer terminal. I was typing up invoices. I was like, life was getting me down. But now, back home, I'm feeling a bit alive. Feeling better. Feeling better about myself. So, anyway, we got this going. Usually I need to find some more clothes and stuff. You know, like put on something wild. I've got my serpentines here, you know? Let's put those on. I love the serpentines. Serpentines flippin' rock, right? They make me play better. They really do. Getting all this stuff on, and then you just fucking rock out. You rock out and you kick ass. And it feels good. So, you know, and then, you know, I got some bling here. Some bling. This stuff is, I don't know where I got this. Probably from I think I got it from a family member. Like maybe somebody died and I nicked it. Or I took it. So someone else got it and then I borrowed it. And it fucking looks great though. I'm sure Gran would appreciate me rocking out. Fucking my Gran, she was fucking the greatest. I used to hang out at her house in England. I'd go visit her in the summer. And I would go out, smoke a cigarette, and sometimes I'd get stoned. And I'd come back in and I'd chat with Gran, and she would tell me the wildest stories about World War II, about fucking rocking out, how they did back in the day. They used to go to dances and stuff. Anyway, so here we go. This is the fucking closet, right? This is the closet. This is where the action goes on. I got my lights, got my microphone, got my guitar down here. I've been upgrading. You know, we've got a little amplifier. Actually I got amplifiers up my ass. I got too many amplifiers. Too many. Really, just way too many amplifiers. But I got a nice little small one that I can carry around and rock out. Anyway, I'm gonna be working on a song today. Not sure which one it's gonna be. Maybe Take 54. You know, I got a request. John, Take 54. It's a fucking great song, and I'd never heard it before, and I really like it. So I'm gonna try to do a good job on it. But anyway, till next time, out. Love you guys.